I deliberately bumped into the guard, stole the battery from him. After returning to my cell, the guard brought me my meal. I stuffed the meal into my socks and soaked them in water. The salt in the food dissolved into the water. I squeezed the salty water out of my socks. Then I placed the battery into the salt water, using the current to break down the water into hydrogen and oxygen. To collect more hydrogen, I ripped up some paper from a book and soaked it in the water. Then I used the wet paper to seal the windows and vents. I took off the light cover, cut the power lines, tied a long rope to one of the wires. At this point, the room was filled with hydrogen. We stuffed cotton in our ears, hid under the bed, wrapped ourselves in the blanket. I pulled the rope. The wires sparked, creating a burst of fire that ignited the hydrogen. The prison door exploded open. We immediately ran. The guards heard the explosion and rushed over, but all the doors were locked. We hid in a blind spot from the cameras, ambushed a guard and grabbed the keys, opened the door and entered the laundry room. I tore down a shelf, reassembled it into a makeshift ladder, ready to climb out the window, but the steel bars on the window blocked the way. I grabbed a fire extinguisher nearby, sprayed it into a plastic barrel, collected the carbon dioxide inside, then poured in a lot of alcohol, dropped a broom into the barrel and mixed it up. The powerful cooling agent was ready. I applied the cooling agent to the steel bars. The temperature dropped rapidly. The steel bars became brittle. I gently pried them with the broom. The bars snapped easily, quickly clearing the bars from the window. Broke the glass. We climbed out the window. I helped Jack escape. But Jack didn't want to pay me for my help. He whistled to call his men. Jack's men knocked me out. I was locked in the trunk of a car. I disconnected the tail light wires, controlled the tail lights to send out Morse code. My team saw the signal through the surveillance system. They immediately came to rescue me. At this moment, Jack's men were trying to suffocate me with nitrogen. Suddenly, gunshots rang out from outside.